Do you need the skill in writing? Do you find it difficult to conduct a survey? Worry no more as we will explore the techniques and gain skills in conducting survey in this episode. So open your eyes and ears as we venture into the power of knowledge. You are all encouraged to give your full attention and cooperation so that you will be enhanced and become effective 21st century learners. Hello there, it's Tuesday. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's time for English for academic and professional purposes. And I am Tutor Alvin. And in behalf of Tutor Aaron, we are your AF buddies for Itulai tutorial session at this hour. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Every day, every session, I am very excited together with Tutor Aaron to meet you every Tuesday afternoon. So, kumusta tayong lahat? So, of course, it is my pleasure to greet our early bird for this Tuesday afternoon. We have here Grace Zerny Ekuweyan watching from YouTube. So, hello there. Um, and thank you for sharing the live stream. So, Alan Mark de Jesus, good afternoon. Tutors from Camarines Sur. And also, yan, Justin Aninzo, hello, Nak. Good afternoon from Santa Maria National High School in Macabebe. To Jonathan, Jermaine, hello there. Kumusta? Ayan, these are my students. Okay, so graduating ang mga yan. So I hope everyone, okay, you'll be all successful in the near future. But before that, let me um let me know, how do you feel right now? Kumusta? Kumusta ang ating mga AF Phenomenal students? Yeah, hey, we are now on the week 7. I think this will be the last discussion. Okay, last discussion because for the week 8 next week, eto na, pinakahintay nating recognition ceremony closing na ng ating AF journey next week. Yan. So, hello to Ma'am Jasmine Mandap Manalo, my my co-teacher at SMNHS. Ang napaka masipag at napaka hands-on na advisor ng mga 12 numbers. So hello Ma'am Ja. Okay, so Stephanie, to Gea, good afternoon. To Marshall Bulan Bakay, good afternoon from Isabela, San Mariano National High Schools. Hello sa mga estudyante natin dyan sa Isabela. Okay, we missed you. Yeah, I miss him too. But he promised that um he's still here, okay, on the comment section, reading your comments and of course checking your responses. Jasmine Yambao, good afternoon. So how do you feel right now? Justin, ano yun? Hindi ko nababasa. Ayan, so I hope you are all happy and always be excited and exhilarated as we go along with our last lesson for our AYAP. Diba? Napakasaya. Nagsimula tayo about academic text and now we're about to end our AYAP journey. So last week, okay, thank you that you feel happy. Marshall Bulan Bakay. Okay, Jermaine, nice to know. I'm very excited too because you're excited. That is the nakaka-reward sa mga teachers ninyo. Your excitement excites us. All right? So, last week for the week 6, we talked about how are you going to summarize the findings and how to execute your report through narrative or in paragraph form and in visual or graphic forms, right? So I think we're done, okay, in preparing your report. Why? Because for the first topic of the quarter 4, we talk about how to conduct a survey, how to write a questionnaire, okay, or how to design a questionnaire, right? So, but before that, let's proceed now to the quarter 4, week 6, our AF Phenomenal student, okay? So, for this, we'll be having Anthony John Guzman of San Mariano National High School from SDO Isabela. Okay, so John Mark stood out last week. And who knows, we'll be having another person for our AF Phenomenal student for this week, week 7, who will be presented and recognized next week. So congratulations to Anthony John Guzman and to all the students of San Mariano National High School. Hello there, Sir Ariel Navarro. Okay, ang isa sa mga napakasipag din at ang poging advisor ng 12 Exodus. Kaway-kaway, Sir Ariel. So let's have a recap since patapos na tayo. So we started from week 1 as we analyze and present arguments. And then for the week 2, writing a position paper. Week 3, the objectives and structures of various kinds of report. Dito tayo nag-start about report. We talked about the types of report. We also talked about the week 3, the different types and the purposes of different types of report. And as we begin our journey in report writing, we designed, tested, and revised survey questionnaires wherein we differentiated open-ended from closed-ended questions. And what are the do's and don'ts in preparing your questions? And right after that, since we have now the questions, we conducted the survey. And from that survey, we gathered the information. And through that conducting and gathering, we also, last week, we summarized those gathered information into what form? Into either narrative or both, narrative and in graphical form. So I think we're done. You have now the data on your hands because you began, what do we call this? Extracting the data from the questions from the survey questionnaire, and then after that you converted the data or the information through narrative or graphical form. And now it's time for you to, for today, week 7, will be writing various reports. So it's now time, the writing process, consolidating, and of course, presenting and organizing your report because wala nang problema, di ba? Nasa na ang mga datos. And now, the question is, how are you going to write your report? So are you excited, our dear AF Phenomenal students? So please comment there, ready, so that we could begin. So for today's session, our main objective or the MELC is about on how to write various reports. Ayan, Jessa, hello there, yan. Kasama ang kanyang cute na baby. Okay, so writing various reports. As simple as that. So now, let's have first a brain teaser or maybe an initial activity. It's very simple. It's very simple. Hindi natin patatagalin. So you have to give any word associated with the word survey. It's just like a concept mapping or a tree diagram. Above is the word survey. And will you please give me words that we can associate with the word survey? And please comment your answers down below. So when we say survey, so what comes in your mind? What word or can you incorporate or can you link with the word survey? Hello there to my student, John Denzel Layug. Okay, I hope you're doing great there. And another shout out to all our students from San Mariano National High School from SDO Isabela. Pag sinabi nating survey, ano agad ang tumatatak sa ating isip or ano ang mga activities, what are the different events or somewhat what do we call that, concepts that we can incorporate with the word survey? According to Mark Gabriel, it is communication. How about the others? How about the others? Yan, Christian Mark Samonte, good afternoon. Okay, any other answer? Socializing. Tama, because when you're conducting a survey, kasi parang napaka-imposible sa isang mahiyaing nagsusurvey, di ba? So dapat nagsusurvey, dapat very very good in communication, you know how to explain the purpose of the survey. Yeah, ito nagsabay-sabay questions. Denzel, napakagaling. Tugea, It is about observing, outsourcing. Christian Martinez answered it. You are gathering opinions, tama? On the other hand, sabi ni Mark Gabriel, it is time consuming. Yeah, it is. That's why nga, nilalagay natin ang survey or the conduct of the survey at the beginning, okay, prior to your report, because we admit that conducting and gathering information from survey is somewhat time consuming, and that's why we need a lot of time to prepare, study, tama. So those are all correct. So after sharing the words that are associated with the word survey, and after all the process is done in conducting your survey, okay, I hope you're done with your survey questions. Nakapag-conduct na kayo, and now you have already your questions. Okay, sorry, the information gathered. Now the question, the 100 million peso question is, haha, napadami, di ba? How will you report it properly? That's the question. Because hindi pwedeng matenga lang dyan sa inyo, sa bahay nyo, sa notebook mo, sa computer mo. Okay, may naghihintay ng datos na yan. Ang public, ang audience. Gusto naming malaman, kumusta ang iyong survey report. I-report mo sa amin. Okay? So that we can learn from your survey report, from your research. That's why there must be a dissemination of the information. And that dissemination can be done through reporting. Pero ang question dito is, how will you report it properly? Pwede bang, send ko na lang sir. Send mo kay AF teacher mo. Ito na po yung nakonduct namin data. So of course, since nasa English for academic and professional purposes tayo, we'll be using patterns because it's about professional and academic. It's about formality. So the question is how it should be presented. How should we report the data or the information we've gathered? So, ayan, sabi ni Ma'am Ja, study, it's about exploring and doing reporting. And because for quarter 4, week 7, we'll talk about writing various reports. So, since we conducted survey questions, so it is very important for us to focus on the survey report. How are you going to write your survey report? But the question is, what is a survey report? So, by definition, a survey report is a formal piece of writing based on research. Remember, it is based on research. So when reporting the results of a survey, the figures gathered should be given in the form of percentages and proportions. So remember that if you are creating a survey report, dapat present dyan ang mga figures. Diba? Nag-survey kayo now. You presented it using graphical form, using numerical data or quantitative data. And in one of the things na titignan natin dyan, the percentages, the proportions, the ratio, okay? Kung ano man ang content ng inyong nag-gather na survey. So, why are we writing a survey report? Can I ask you, our dear AF Phenomenal students, bakit? Why are we writing a survey report? Okay? Pwede kayong humugot mula sa inyong research to subject or maging sa inyong III, Inquiries, Investigation, and Immersion, because survey report is a type of is a design under quantitative approach. So the question is, what do you think is the purpose of writing a survey report? Basically, to study a research topic thoroughly and to summarize the existing studies in an organized manner. And it is an important step in any research project. Okay, in any research project. So these are some tips. Are you still there, our AF Phenomenal students? So I'll be giving you now some tips or some important tips in conducting a successful survey. Because based on experience, we have students who are failing in terms of conducting a survey report. Why? Because first, their questions fail. Hindi effective ang mga questions mismo. And another thing is, nakakuha nga, may question sila, right? nakapag-conduct sila ng survey, but hindi sila satisfied sa resulta ng kanilang research, sa resulta ng kanilang report. Maybe manipulated ang data. Okay, nang hula-hula lang pala ang mga respondents nila. And that's the saddest thing you've ever experienced as a respondent. Kaya as a researcher or as a reporter, that's why we must be attentive, okay? We must be attentive and, of course, check the validity and reliability of the questions as well as the responses. So I'll be giving you some tips and please listen as we go along with each one. So please comment your opinion for each tip. Have have you experienced problem for each step? Or please share if you followed it already. Okay, thank you. Yan, nandyan pa si Anthony and the others. And yan, keep mentioning your classmates because this is the closing of our lesson. Pero iba pa ang ating ang ating session for the week 8 because that's a recognition program. For the last week, next week we'll be having games. Okay, so wala nang lesson. So we'll be having exciting games, event for the week 8. That would be next week. For today, we'll be closing. This would be the end of our discussion for for English for academic and professional purposes. Okay? So these are the tips in conducting a successful survey. Sabi dito ni Gab, moreover, for the readers to effectively comprehend each graph that is presented in the research. Tama nga naman, hindi pwedeng graph, pie chart, or anumang graph yan. It should be supplemented by a narrative, by an explanation, by an interpretation. So now, let's begin with the tips in conducting a successful survey. First, make sure that every question is necessary. Kaya nga, di ba, na-check ba, na-validate ba ang inyong mga questions bago nyo ipinamigay sa inyong mga respondents? It should be, right? It should be. Because to check the validity, okay, of each question. Kung lahat ba ng question ay sinasagot ang inyong posibleng masagot ang inyong problema, right? Because it would be a waste of time if you're having questions, you're asking questions that are irrelevant to your problem, to your main topic. It's a no-no. So that's why you have to make sure that every question is necessary. Make them validated by the experts. Number 2, kiss. Okay, kiss. O, kiss ang respondents mo. That means keep it short and simple. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng kiss. Okay? So keep it short and simple. So we need to do that because long questions, complicated questions would also complicate the understanding of your respondents. Okay? Of your respondents. Why? Because they will be having a hard time understanding the question. That's why make sure, keep it short and simple. Next, number 3, ask direct questions. You have to ask direct questions. So what do we mean by asking direct questions? So it should be brief, it should be precise, concise. Wala nang paligoy-ligoy pa. Hindi mo pinapaikot, hindi mo pinahihirapan ang buhay ng iyong mga respondents. The question must be direct and very clear at first reading. Okay? Let's proceed now to number 4. Okay? To number 4, ask one question at a time. Alam ko, nasabi ko na to sa mga students ko from Santa Maria National High School. And also I do expect to all our AF Phenomenal students here. Okay? To all our AF Phenomenal students here. Can we include 2 or more questions in just one question? Pwede ba? Pwede ba? Yeah, cannot be. All right? Because we are only allowed to ask one question at a time. No, we call it the double-barreled question. And double-barreled questions are no-no for your survey questionnaire. Ito yung mga dalawang questions sa iisang statement. It's a no-no. Why? Because your respondents will be having a hard time. Bali mo sa isang question, yes siya. Doon sa pangalang question, no siya. Eh, magkasama sila. Paano niya sasagutin yun? Maybe. It could not be. So you have to make sure you, for every statement, it must be only one thought. There should only one question. Ask one question at a time. Okay, number 5. Avoid leading and biased questions. Avoid leading and biased questions. They must be avoided. Why? When say leading question is parang binibigyan mo na agad sila ng gusto mong isagot nila. Hindi pwede yon. Dapat they should be the one who will decide for their answer. Okay? For their response. So avoid leading and biased questions. And okay, speak your respondent's language. Ito, controversial din to. Sir, can I make my questions in the Tagalog language as I give it to the respondents? Pwede bang i-translate into Tagalog or kung ano man ang language ng respondent mo? Example, di ba, triple I ang subject nyo. Research ang subject nyo, right? Siyempre, gusto ni gusto ni teacher nyo, English, siyempre, ang language. Pero ang tanong, pwede bang i-translate yung mga questions nyo sa kung anong merong o ginagamit na language ang inyong mga respondent? Okay? Pwede ba? Yan. So nag-ano tayo, no? We're having collaboration and integration of your experiences now. Yes, you can. All right? Kasi language, in most cases, hindi naman importante ang language. Ang pinag-uusapan dito yung topic, yung tanong, at yung pagsasagot nila. All right? Importante kasi is naiintindihan ng tanong upang makapagbigay ng tamang sagot. Yes. You can translate it. So, your respondents will have, okay, will experience ease and comfort while answering your survey. And nakakadagdag din yun sa reliability ng answers. Posible ba na kapag hindi naiintindihan ng tanong, maghuhula na lang ang respondent ninyo? That is possible. At posible rin, kapag hindi naiintindihan ang tanong ng inyong mga respondents, it is also possible that your respondents will be having a hard time answering your survey report. Your survey. Okay. So next, number 6, use response scales whenever possible. Response scales. You have the Likert scale, the rating scale. Alam nyo na ang mga Likert scale. When you are checking the agreement or the disagreement on particular series of statement, di ba? Nandiyan yung scale na 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, very or strongly agree. 4, 4, agree. 3, neutral. 2, disagree. And 1, strongly disagree. Dapat may scale. Diba? Hindi siya pwedeng manghula ng ano yung level ng agreement or disagreement ng inyong mga responses. Tandaan nyo, usually kapag close-ended ang question, may mga options. May mga choices. Number 7, avoid guiding grids or matrices for responses. Okay? For responses, if your study is qualitative, of course, there must be no responses given beforehand. Okay, so now, let's now proceed to a survey method. So, it's about the survey question. Now, for the next part is about the survey method. The survey method is the technique of gathering data by asking questions to people who are thought to have desired information. So, in this one, in the survey method, dapat the formal questionnaire is prepared. Generally, a non-disguised approach is used. The respondents are asked questions on their demographic, interest, or opinion. So let's now proceed on how are you going to write your survey report. These are first the guidelines. Number 1, value communicated. Value communicated. That means it is objective, accurate, and honest presentation of facts and results. Value communicated, that means, ito na yon, objective, accurate, and honest presentation of facts and results. There must be no manipulation of the data and the data and the information gathered. Hindi pwedeng, hey, hindi ko gusto ang naging resulta. I-edit mo, iba ang i-report mo. No, no, no. Okay? So, you have to make sure kung anong lumabas sa questionnaire, sa data na nakuha mo from the question, that must be presented. No, wala personal interest. You should not influence the result. Okay? We should be objective. Palagi tayong humihiwalay sa kung ano man ang magiging resulta ng inyong survey report. And of course, accurate. Check them properly. And of course, there must be an honest presentation of facts and result. Diba? Baka negative ang lumitaw nga. Ayaw mong report. Ay, baka maano tayo. Wala. Why don't you report? That's the truth. Okay? The truth prevails, sabi nga. Number 2, the basic content. The contention of your report. So, as much as possible, the content of your report, it may consist of eyewitness accounts of first-hand information. Usually, we use this in the qualitative approach wherein mas effective. Okay? Diba? We have types of references or the resources or, the primary and the secondary. It is better if you can gather information firsthand. Okay? Or what we call the primary sources. Sila mismong eyewitness. Example, you are investigating, what do we call this? You are investigating students who opted to work, okay, while studying this time of pandemic. Huwag mo tanong magulang, mas maganda sila ang tanungin mo. Okay, you can get the first-hand information. Why are you working in this time of pandemic? Nag-aaral ka. Something like that. Mas makatotohanan. Okay? Because they are the ones who experience it. Right? Number 2, it may contain facts, data, figures, or statistics. Or from people, events, phenomena, structures, experiments, questionnaires, interviews, and library research. Okay? We can get data. We can get information. Pwede tayo mag-research, walang problema doon. Pero, fact check palagi. Because not everything you can see are true. You have to verify. Is it from a credible source? Is it a verified website? Come check it before presenting it. Okay? Because not everything na nakikita mo sa internet ay tama, ay totoo. You have to double check the data. Double check the source also. Remember that. And we have letter C, may include materials, okay, and procedure or methods. So from your research also, you may include this thing. Okay, now, how are you going to write it? How are you going to present the data gathered? We have the modes of ordering. Pwede yang chronological or time order. Okay, chronological or time order. Based on, what do we call that? Based on the time element. What happened first, second, and third. What happened yesterday, today, and what might happen tomorrow. And next is according to the geographical or the spatial order. It refers to the location. Okay, to the location. At first we went here, and then after that pumunta naman kami doon, and something like that. And next, we have also, could be the logical ordering, inductive and deductive reasoning. What's the difference between inductive and deductive? Okay? Under the inductive, nauuna ang what? We begin with the examples. And from that examples, okay, we'll be getting the concept. And when you say deductive reasoning, we're presenting first the concept, and from that concept, we'll be giving examples. So it's up to you. How are you going to present your reasoning? Should it be inductive or deductive? Okay. Pwede rin naman na problem solution. Okay? Ang walang kamatayang problem solution. How is that? So you'll be presenting a problem, use the problem, blah, 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 ganyan, and you conducted a survey. And nakita mo nga, that's really a potential problem. Nakakita ka ng gap, and you'll be looking for a solution and present it under the part of your recommendation. Next is the cause and effect. Okay, isa din tong napaka-perennial na gamitin siya pero we cannot it's undeniable that it's an effective mode of ordering or paragraph development, the cause and effect, presenting causes and the effect. Next, it could be in a formal way. In a formal way. And we have here also the abstract, introduction, background, the statement of the problem, the materials, the method or procedure, the result, discussion, summary, conclusion, and recommendation. Ito yung formal na tinatawag niya. Ito yung full-blown na research talaga. Right? Because in a research, di ba, it should have the abstract or the summary of the whole study, the introduction wherein you'll be laying down the background, the SOP, the review of the related literature, and then for the materials, these are the tools, okay? The instrument you use in conducting the survey, and then the method or the procedure. It refers to the research design or the research method, the, what do we call this? The sampling procedure, the statistical treatment of data you're going to use, the data analysis and the data gathering procedure. And then next, we have the results and the discussion. And of course, you'll be presenting the summary of conclusion and recommendation. So remember the basic qualities of a report. First, objective. Objective. Walang kinikilingan, di ba? Walang pinoprotektahan at walang, ayun, dun lang tayo. So, yung say objective, hindi siya bias. Wherein, kung ano lang ang nakuha mong data, yun lang. You cannot add, you cannot subtract. Walang minus, walang plus. Objective. Be objective. Be transparent. Letter B, accurate. Not sloppy presentation of facts, numbers, statistics, and data. Nung nagtatali ka, dapat maayos ha. Hindi yung puyat ka, nagtali ka bigla, nag-add-add ka bigla. Magsasuffer ang accuracy ng inyong report. Numbers, okay, letter C, it must be honest, nor false or incomplete details and result. Walang kasinungalingan. Okay? For your report, it should be presented honestly. Okay, and for the last one, it should be brief and direct. Straightforward, direct to the point, tinutumbok agad kung anong gustong i-present, wala nang tsena-tsena, wala nang palapalabok pa. It should be concise and straightforward. Okay, so for the useful language for reports, I'll be giving you some tips, all right, or some words that you can use. Example, you want to introduce, you may say the purpose or the aim of this report as requested, the survey was carried out, something like that. And kapag nag-generalize ka naman, so you'll be using in general, generally, on the whole, or as a summary, okay? And if you're referring to a fact, the fact is that, in fact, in practice. And ito, to conclude, ayan, in conclusion, di ba? And many more. So, that's how simple. Medyo simple ang instruction, di ba? Pero, once you know already the parts of a report and the things, the do's and don'ts in writing it, there would be no problem to that, right? Okay, so, for today, we talked about the structure of a report. It should have the introduction, the main body, and the conclusion. So, that is all about writing various reports. All right, do you still have questions? Our dear AF Phenomenal students, why don't you post your questions down the comment section? Is everything clear? Our dear AF Phenomenal students, because finally we're done with the discussion part. Ayan. So, hello there to Clarice Saban Maisi, to Almira Mayor, Iris Santos Ugalde, Lord Jean Tagle, lahat from San Mariano National High School. Hashtag sumisiglang San Mariano National High School. So, it's now our time, your time, for our AF moment to shine. Okay. Are you ready, our dear AF Phenomenal students? Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Pa-comment nga. hashtag ready or ready. Ganun na lang, as simple as that. So that I would know kung andyan pa kayo. And based on your comments, okay, thank you for the heart reactions, Princess. Okay, thank you po, Ma'am Ja. Okay, so let us begin now. Okay? So choose the letter of the correct answer. Siyempre, hindi ko na kayo pahihirapan. Next week na lang. Joke lang. Hindi. Next week, walang maghihirap next week. Mag-enjoy lahat tayo next week for our culminating activity, for our closing program for AAP. So, for this, you have to choose the letter of the correct answer. So, please write the number and the letter only. Okay, the first question is, in conducting a survey report, it is important that the objective, okay, letter A, not clear, B, accurate, C, focused, or D, readable. Okay, the objective, okay. So the question here is, yeah. So what do you think is the answer for this, for our first question? Mm-hmm. Let me read your answer. Ayan, may sabi C, it should be focused, it should be ano kaya talaga? Okay. The objective must be, it is letter C, focus. Okay, it is letter C, focus. So, congratulations for those who got the correct answer. Focus dapat, di ba? Okay, next number. Number 2. Which of the following structures state that the aim or purpose of the report, when and how the report gathered? Saan natin ipipresto yan? The aim or the purpose of the report, and when and how the report gathered. Parang pumpasok dito yung ano, di ba? The background, the rationale, okay, and when and how the report gathered. Is it in A, conclusion, B, main body, C, introduction, or letter D, content? Saan natin ipapalabas, okay, kung kailan at saan nangyari, okay? Hmm. Ano ang sagot? Okay, the correct answer is, it's in, iba-ibang sagot. Ano ba talaga? Sige, let us wait for another answer. Again, which of the following structures state the aim or the purpose of the report, when and how the report gathered? Mhm. It must be in, it should be in the letter, okay, it should be in the introduction. Okay, it should be in the introduction. Okay, it is a formal piece of writing based on research. When reporting the results of this, the figures gathered should be given in the form of percentages and proportions. Wala na itong options because it is very easy and I hope everyone could answer it. It is a formal piece of writing based on research. When reporting the results, the figures gathered should be given in the form of percentages and proportion. And we call this, everyone, sabay-sabay nating i-comment ang this is. What's the answer? All right, Carlo, Miguel, Chanelea, Gea, Princess, diba? Alan Mark, Mark Gabriel, Jenny, Ma'am Ja, at sa mga sasagot pa, we call this the survey report. Okay, that's it. Mm-hmm. For our reference, I used the module used by the, or from the central. office. All right. So we have current issues. Always remember that. So please share your answers. Nakailan? 3 over 3, 2 over 3, 1 over 3. Okay lang yan. You can always go back to our episode with your modules so you could have a perfect mastery of our lesson for this week. How to write various reports.